Resistance at 32 for a while now. False break. Wait, no. RSI's at 30. Tight build up. 30 to 32. No way. Holy shit. It's coming.
Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving Eve at least, to all the good members of Stock Talk Live, hope you have a good holiday. And with that, hope everyone's well and the green light's on, so let's kick it off.
Damn right, baby.
Oh, freaking
Finally.
Yeah, I know, it's about time we had the green light on. Jesus Christ. I mean, what did it go up to? Oh, it was up 26.75.
Well, they got hammered today, Monday. It was down like 9%, and then yesterday was up. Today was up.
I don't know. Bed Bath &
Big
Beyond
news. Big news for GameStop. There was reason for the stock to be moving, like that. Usually on these like runs, it's like no news has come out. What is this related to?
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of news today about the United States economy. We're in contraction on manufacturing and PMI services. I think it came in at both those came in at like 46 and 47 respectively. Not the best. I mean, home sales are going up and the prices are going up, but that's just because people who can obviously afford to do it are doing it. But it's interesting. I don't know if you saw today the cost of a Thanksgiving meal has gone up 20%.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's tough. People blaming, Vladimir Putin, climate change, blaming the bird flu. I don't know. They're blaming everything except for inflation. So it's
That's
good.
2 years in a row. Yeah, Last year they said consider not getting a turkey. No.
Yeah, that's sacrilege. I mean,
I need that dark meat, man.
Oh, you're a dark meat? Yeah, I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Dark meat's on like the legs and stuff, right, or something?
Yeah, thighs,
legs. Yeah,
so more flavor, but it's greasier.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a financial show, but is Thanksgiving really about the turkey, or it's about everything else? I mean,
it's about the gravy.
Oh, forget that. It's about the stuffing.
Everything is just a vessel to get more gravy.
Yeah, but stuffing, mashed potatoes.
I am a huge. I like the stuffing a lot. That's probably. It's 1A 1B with the turkey.
Well, 1A used to be like, especially I think in my 20s. I mean, everyone would go out and hang them to stars the night before. So that was the Wednesday night, and then me personally, I'd have to go out to my uncle's out in Sturbridge. So there was some not so fun early mornings in my household. Just a slug of water and just pass out in the back going there. But definitely not doing that anymore. It's kind of funny. One of the places up the street, talk about the economy. Apparently, the economy to go up before the night for Thanksgiving is doing pretty good because the place up the street from us, the Range, is charging $10 a head tonight, starting at 8 o'clock.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a cover guy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty brazen to be charging $10 the night before Thanksgiving and hang on Massachusetts of all places. I mean, I love the Range, but it's not a good call. It's not a good call. What the heck was going on? No, I was actually really surprised that I thought the PMI and for at least manufacturing and services, I thought it would be down, but I didn't think it would be hitting 46 and 47 respectively this early. But here we are.
I got an alert from Fox Business right around market close.
Yeah.
It said something about there's speculation that interest rates are not going to keep going up.
That's true, Chris.
Yeah, you got to watch it tonight.
Yeah, you do. I mean, That's definitely true.
Any listeners in Syracuse, New York, they like Onondaga Lake Parkway because once you're on there, you're trapped. You can't turn around.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So by
they'll,
me,
they'll set it up right by lights on the lake, I imagine.
Yeah. So by me, it's across the street's like Casey's Pub, and people, I mean, we'll just like run them down. Obviously, the range I just mentioned is up the street from me, and then I think it's 2 blocks up is on Lemon and Capone's. So cops usually hang out at the Privetti's parking lot, and if anyone's trying to impress that girl, popping fucking not donuts, but doing breaks, peeling out break stands, you're not gonna get a turkey if they pull you over at Private's, or Easter's, It's my local tip of the day. Call an Uber tonight. Jesus bleeping Christ.
Exactly. Definitely call an Uber, Lyft. If you're in Rochester, Browncroft Boulevard, they like setting up a checkpoint there. It's the hill's blind, and they got you once you head down the hill.
Oh, I know.
There's a couple other ones. There's an exit in Syracuse. I don't remember which one it is, but they always set up a checkpoint there. Oh, and funny enough, we can tie this in.
Yeah.
Speaking of checkpoints, we're talking about DWI.
Yeah.
They set up checkpoints for inspection as well around here. Somebody got busted with a fake inspection. Driver busted with fake New York State inspection sticker. Insufficient funds and a baby, it says. And we're not in a recession, though.
Yeah, I saw this. I mean, it's an interesting move. I mean, that's one way to go, to do it. It was actually funny.
That was a pro segue there.
Yeah, definitely. It was funny today because, like, usually when I've like where I live, basically, like over by Privates, usually the cars are up by my street, basically. By 10 or 11 o'clock, people parking in front of my neighbors and all that stuff. And for whatever, this year it wasn't so much. I mean, I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't notice any like price shock that we've been talking about, like with inflation. I mean, apple pie was apple pie. It's pretty standard price. The lady behind me was talking about how she didn't want to drive to Cape Cod to listen to her dad talk about something. I was like, wow. I mean, this guy's 92 years old. She told me he's cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I was like, I think you can drive to Buzzards Bay if he's let's get with the program there, killer. Market's been going up though. I mean, to my surprise, 34.94. I mean 3,494. I didn't really expect that. Did you?
No, I haven't been watching the market as close this week. Just been really busy, but just monitoring GameStop. Some news we can get to later.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, our good friends at Credit Suisse, they had a day today. Jesus, they got killed.
Was that the one? Was it Credit Suisse that said they could face 1.6 billion in Q4 losses, or was that somebody else?
I think it might have been somebody else, but I know Credit Suisse. They lost like $88 billion in deposits that clients pulled out of the bank, which is pretty crazy. I think it's a second. You said 1.6 billion in losses. Yeah, it was actually Credit.
1.6.
Yeah, you're right. It was Credit Suisse. Because I guess all
that stood out to me because last time they undershot their projection by 3 times.
They're going for the gold. Hey, I mean, they are going for. They're going for the gold. Bed Bath & Beyond is at I think it was $3.50 a share or something like that.
Really?
I think. I mean, it came across the wire the other day at work. I missed it. Yeah, it's $3.33 of all things, which is nuts. I wasn't expecting. I don't think that price is just. I mean, I think that should be higher. Like, give me a fucking break. That's just a personal opinion.
Trades in that meme stock basket.
Yeah, but Beth owns a meme stock. Dude, can we just put like a turkey of the year goes out to the United States government for freaking doing the meme stock video? Like, what a waste of fucking money. Like, I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving and whatever. You should be nice and thankful, but give me a break.
I found some pictures of my favorite dying brick and mortar store, GameStop.
Yeah.
This is the Pokemon release.
Holy Jesus Christ! Where is that?
Probably smells so bad in there. This, I believe, is.
Oh my god!
This one, I don't remember where it is. This one, I think, is in Las Vegas or somewhere in Nevada.
Yeah.
Dying brick and mortar.
Yeah, definitely. What are they talking about? I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of people, especially at this day and age.
For Pokemon, just for one game. That's a midnight release. I've been playing StarCraft 2 again. I picked it up. That was the last game that I got midnight release. Stood in line 2011, and again when the Heart of the Swarm expansion came out. Then I went again for Legacy of the Void, and they actually let me just have the game before midnight. Well, everybody else was there for some other game like God of War or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You here for God of War?" I'm like, "No, StarCraft comes out at midnight." And they're like, "You can just have it, dude."
No, but that's good customer service though. I mean, look at all the especially in Black Friday's heyday. I mean, look at all the fights and whatever the ridiculousness. I mean, if you're just there for one thing, just get you out of there, Well,
you know why they let me have it is the servers didn't go live until midnight anyway. Really? So, you can take it home, install it, but you're not going to be able to play anyway until midnight. So they just let you have it.
Yeah, it's still an MVP move, though.
Yes. Love their customer service. Always delighting their customers.
No, I know.
Had more GameStop news.
Yeah.
Carl Icahn, big headlines this week. Carl Icahn is short GameStop. That I would say is fake news, or at least misleading. He was short GameStop at like $483 a share. Has not commented on if he still has a short position. But I found this meme. Ryan Cohen had his first interview in 2 years, and iOS that's referring to the GameStop wallet. The iOS version officially launched this week. Top 10 finance app on the Apple App Store. And then the crow comes in and says, Carl Icahn short GameStop. Just interrupting. Good news, and with bad. And even on the release of the GameStop wallet, still down 9%. Like, this is phenomenal news. It's highly rated. It's getting a ton of downloads, and down 9%.
It's really weird that somebody would come out with that, especially with the power that Carl Icahn has. And it's probably I mean, to be honest with you, it's probably false. I mean, like deductive reasoning.
Well,
because why would Ryan Cohen hang out with Carl Icahn if he's shorting stock? That's such a bad look.
Yeah.
Right.
1 second.
Yeah.
I didn't load this in. So let's just talk for a little bit. Buy some time while I'm waiting for this. So I have a really good clip on the Carl Icahn being short GameStop. Is he short? Is it speculation? But it's actually too long to load into StreamYard. A little peek behind the curtain here, listeners, viewers. You can only load in files that are up to 200 megabytes. This one, I couldn't cut it down any further. Was 217. So I cut this part off, and it was still too long. They're talking about Carl Icahn being short. Here's the beginning of the clip.
The short on. He wouldn't comment at all when I spoke with him by phone this morning. But that's my understanding about where sort of things stand.
I mean,
Didn't comment. Did
can't
not comment.
With the amount of money that he has, how can he comment? And his investments and all that stuff. He's not going to give that up to CNBC.
So
Even
I
if
have
it
to
was,
share
right?
this a different way. We'll watch it
Yeah.
this way. But here's the full thing. This is long, but I think there's a lot of speculation here. This is a guy named Josh Brown who's going to be talking. This is immediately after what I just played.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of an investment firm. I didn't write down what it was. My notes on this, total speculation, and count the number of times that they say maybe and I suggested.
Never traded GameStop. I never fully understood the appeal of it. I understood that part of it just got carried up in momentum, and a lot of people who had stayed short for too long, and most of the float was short, and it became an easy target to blow some of these guys up, and then that itself became recreational or a spectator sport. That's like a year ago, though, and so now the stock is in a 77% decline. Of course, you know they have employees, they have stores, they have customers. You never want to root for a company to fail or to go under unless you're short the stock, and I'm not.
Just stop it right there. Let's also point out that they're talking about GameStop from its $400 high pre-split, and then they use its current price point after the split, and they don't mention either way. So this is disingenuous. Let's keep listening.
Absolutely.
So I don't really have a horse in this race. I do think it's interesting, though, that Ryan Cohen and Carl Icahn had a meeting. There was a photo tweeted out a month ago. So apparently there was a chance maybe for Ryan to explain what he wants to do with the company. And maybe
that's not true, because it's during the quiet period. He's not allowed to talk about the company leading up to earnings. So again, this is misleading.
Carl just didn't come away from that convinced that he could do it. And so maybe that's the most interesting lens to look at it through. It's not personal. It's not about people tearing each other apart on the internet. It's just, hey, you think you're going to change the direction of the company? I don't think you could do it. And that's why I'm still short.
The other thing that I guess, Jim, I've gotten to learn about Carl through the years is that when he does a short like this, he stays around. He stays around for a long while.
You would know. You would know.
He stays around.
From the
so if he was in that, in the 400s, and as I suggested, he's, clearly traded around it at times, but the fact that he's, given where the stock price has come to from that level, suggests that he's not really running away anytime soon either.
No, and look, the problem with shorting a stock like this is it can go against you for a long time. And you speak to any short seller, and obviously you've spoken to many, so have I, so have all of us. And the problem is you've really got the courage of your convictions. You got to have it when the price moves against you, because let's face it, when you're in stock, you've got infinite potential losses.
That's right, infinite risk. Ah, damn it! I didn't message Cosmic Lightning Warrior. Just in good faith, let's plug his channel. Trying to book a guest for Stock Talk Live, and he would be a great GameStop guest to have. Maybe this wasn't. We'll reach out after the holiday. And
absolutely.
See if he'll throw us a bone. That would be a huge guest. He talks GameStop. If you like first person shooters, he plays Overwatch 2, Call of Duty, the popular games. And he's very good at those. And the guy's an entertainer. He's very, very smart. Trying to book him as a guest and plug his channel.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think that I think that Carl is I don't think he was probably short. I mean, I don't think he's short. Do you?
I don't think so.
I just based on a couple of things, like, we all know there was a meeting between him and Ryan.
Yes.
So, like, what is he like? How bad if GameStop, God forbid, went to nothing? I mean, the feds would. Well, no, the feds wouldn't do anything because they can't prosecute anyone. And by the way, if anyone's watching that, you got something to say? Like, Yeah, Perfetti's a high noon Saturday. I'm just joking, but
They're
I don't-
suggesting his short is still open from 483 to 25, which is
There's-
really 100.
I don't.
Doesn't add up.
No, it doesn't add
And,
up. I'm
and
afraid.
the maybes and the I suggested or it appears, it's speculation, and I don't think it's good journalism.
No, it's terrible journalism. And the other thing too, and we discussed it at the post, is that he would be paying a premium of 11 to 12% for probably those shares right now to borrow. With basically shares getting locked up in DRS every week.
Yep.
And that's probably what North. I think it was 50. It was 50 something. I don't remember that. I just don't remember what. And those are going up every week, so he has less shares. So he's gonna have to pay more of a premium. Makes no sense. He's fighting a battle.
The picture of the two of them meeting, it's. I think that was a good meeting. I don't imagine a huge short seller to meet with the chairman of the board and him say, I don't think you can change the company. This is a month ago. He's probably like, I don't know what they are allowed to or not allowed to talk about. Remember, I did suggest that their whole meeting was about carving out Bye Bye Baby from Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, and I think it's a good time.
Original.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something there. I think a lot of companies right now, not just GameStop or whatever, are looking at strategic acquisitions for like the impending, due to the economic noise that are happening now, due to, being able to, to buy like more materials at cheaper costs. I mean, to keep their own costs down, to get infrastructure and whatnot. I mean, I think you probably will see a flurry, not a flurry, but a lot of merger activity among all sectors of the economy. I just don't think Econ is gonna. I don't think it makes much sense for him to meet with someone and have a short position with the chairman of the board. It just doesn't pass the sniff test at all.
Speaking of the chairman of the board, he tweeted a couple times this week.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in for you. Sorry.
Oh, he wants to be the book king now?
Ryan Cohen tweeted a couple days ago, I also want to be the book king. Wisdom for our little ones. Little ones. Bye bye baby.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted today. Teddy making Thanksgiving great again. There's a lot of tinfoil on this one.
Oh, there's plenty of tinfoil. I mean,
he's taking the stuff from the bakery to GameStop. Why is pumpkin the other way? Is something going to happen at midnight? Is something going to turn into a pumpkin or turn back from a pumpkin? GameStop is built out of bricks. I saw that one too.
Yeah.
A lot of tinfoil for this.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
making Thanksgiving great again.
I mean, I just don't think. I don't really understand CNBC speculation on this. Like, in what their agenda is. I mean, not to switch gears, but I mean, if you've been watching CNBC the past 2 days, you haven't heard nothing about the Foxconn riots on that station. Apple gets like that's just been like glossed over completely. Like completely. And yet like GameStop, like, Carl Icahn supposedly shorting the company is a pretty damn big news story, regardless.
It's also years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. No.
Just because we're on Ryan Cohen wants to be more than a meme stock king. He wants to be the book king. So that's, I think, what his tweet was related to. Want to be the book king. And he also had a quote that I loved. He said, I admire the individual investors, and institutional Wall Street mocks them, Mr. Cohen said. Frankly, it makes me sick.
I know. I think a lot of
And then
these.
as soon as I saw that, he tweeted, "I will also want to be the book king." It was unbelievable.
Well, he's got a plan. I mean, he's got dreams. I'll say that much.
And he did it with Chewy. I believe in him. I truly do. So,
My wife just bought Black Friday deals from Chewy right now. They're pretty good out there. You know, no, she bought it through earlyblackfriday.com. If anyone's out there, yeah, it's a good website.
good tip.
Yeah, they have a lot of great deals websites. You get updated ads and whatnot. So it's really for the viewers out there who want to save a couple bucks and see all the Black Friday ads. See the Black Friday ads before they hit. It's not a bad website to check out.
Nice.
And Rob V supports it, so it's a good site. You should definitely check it out. Make the MVP move. What was it? I think the one thing that has really surprised me is I did not expect Oil to take a bath. Like I was fully expecting we would be at least like $100 a barrel right now, and instead we're at 77. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
I don't follow oil as much. I in my head I had 120 and as my price target. I thought that was consensus.
77, and I guess like China's with the COVID zero is the economic growth isn't what it should be and whatever. And yeah, I just thought after the election we would just see a gradual maybe not a gradual but just a sharp uptick, and it really hasn't happened yet. And for all those New Englanders out there, we're not expected to get a cold snap until the first week of December. Jesus Christ! So at least you're not out in Buffalo, New York. I mean, they got.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
we didn't get touched here in Syracuse. I mean, it's a 2-hour drive. We didn't get touched. I think we had like a little powdery dust, the kind that you drive off and it all just flies off your car. It was so light. And they got pounded, dude.
Yeah,
I remember when I was in high school, there was a kid a year older than me, and he was doing college visits, and he had to delay his visit to SUNY Oswego. He said they got 9 feet of snow. I said, that's impossible. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
They really did. Oswego right on the lake. So it comes off Lake Ontario and just pounds them.
Well,
and he ended up going to school there too.
Oh, Jesus. The thing about those bands is, first off, they're so flipping narrow, so it's so hard to predict. And second of all, like the fact that they are intense, because if the wind's blowing off 30 miles an hour, you're getting all the action, you're getting all the clouds and off the lake, all the energy. It's just, if it goes, man, it goes. And there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can literally drive like 20 miles and it's nice and sunny, and then you drive 10 and you're in a freaking blizzard. And it truly is something historic to watch. I mean, I feel
go ahead.
I feel bad for all the plow drivers. I can't even imagine.
Because there was like no snow here in Syracuse, they took truck drivers from our city and helped out Buffalo.
Helped out Buffalo.
Yep. I imagine parts of Rochester did the same.
Yeah, I mean, that just blows my mind.
It's the same culprits every year. Erie, PA, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Watertown.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is like, and it's not funny, obviously, but it does, like, when people talk about, a lot of times when natural disasters happen, the insurance stocks go down because they're going to take like catastrophic losses on, especially during hurricanes and all this. But it's interesting about the blizzards because so many people their roofs are going to, ice dams, all that shit. Because that's what happened to me in 2015. But what's interesting is they hire all these people from like completely out of state. Like you'll have like, adjusters from like Louisiana, Alabama, like coming up. And I remember being in my house and I was just like, well, I'm just gonna get this like, guy from this isn't just gonna end well for me. They're not gonna give me enough and it's gonna be a knockout drag out. And I was just like, fucking A. So when we had the adjuster come, he was actually from like Louisiana. And he was like, "Oh, I see this. I really need to document all this stuff that's really fucked up." I'm like, "All right, that's just great. Thank you for pointing that out." But it was nice because it was actually a nice, fair adjustment, and we actually got the contractor to come out and fix everything and we, we kind of made out on it because we were able to do a couple other things too. So it's kind of lucky.
Nice.
But like I think especially once the losses, especially like the carriers out who cover insure out in Buffalo come to light. I mean, those losses, you are going to see those stocks take a little bit of a hit. Yeah,
that was crazy. I saw people watching the Bills game. It got moved from Buffalo, so people who couldn't travel, I don't think it was responsible to be traveling if you lived in Buffalo. But I saw people opening their front door and like putting beer cans into the snow that was like blocking their door.
Yeah, I know.
To keep them cold.
It's really wild, man. I mean, some of those bands were producing like 6 inches an hour, which is just crazy.
When it really starts falling around here, it's a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, there was
one. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I went to see The Hateful Eight with my father, and it was January or maybe December, whenever it came out or something. And we got out of the movie, and it's almost a 3-hour movie. But we got out of the movie, and the entire parking lot, there was like 1.5 feet of snow in that time. And it was just so funny because the movie's about a blizzard, and you come out of the theater and it's like, none of this was here when we went in. And none of it's plowed because it's like it ended late.
It was, I know it.
Like leaping to the car so you're not trudging through the snow, I know. Unbelievable.
Life comes at you fast. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we my wife and I in 2000 and I was probably 19. I knew of a storm that was coming, but it was Saturday night, and I was just like, well, hey, they told us it was, I went on like the disco and AccuWeather people, and they were like, yeah, it's starting at midnight. So if you, grab an Uber, you'll be fine. So I was like, whatever, fine. So at 12:30 rolls around, last call an Uber, and I hadn't looked out the window in quite a little bit of time. And it was like a fucking blizzard. All of a sudden I'm sitting there, I'm like, I look at my wife, and I'm like, this can be an issue. And the guy showed up in I think it was a Durango, 4 or whatever, 4x4. And I was just like, thank God. But yeah, I mean, dude, hit you quick, and especially to the businesses that don't are flat roofs. I mean, you're paying through the nose to get that shit fucking shoveled off your roof. I mean, that was a business story in itself. And especially here in 2015, my uncle paid like $2,000. I forget how much he paid, but I think it was close to like $1,000 or something to have a bunch of guys get on his roof and where he lived and, shovel out, because he was just like, I'm not dealing with this shit if my roof collapses.
Yeah.
Which is true.
It's a real issue.
No, it is an issue. No. And then I love how Target is they're like, well, we're not gonna have a good holiday season. Well, it's just like, we might as well just put the the Scrooge right there to it, It's like, come on, guys. I actually think the holidays might actually be good because people are just not going to care, and they're just going to rack up their credit cards and whatever, just deal with it later. I mean, I don't think that's the smartest thing, and this isn't financial advice. You probably need the ticker, but whatever. I mean, it's not financial advice, but hey, you never know.
I went Black Friday last year.
How was it?
Nintendo Switch. It wasn't bad. I was maybe 30th in line. And I went right back to the video game spot, got in line, need the Switch, need Mario Kart. All right, good to go.
I think like due to what like due to the crazy like lines and the crazy fights of like 2014, 15, and 16, I don't think too many, and obviously the ones before that, and and the guy who unfortunately lost his life in what was it, Long Island or something, the Walmart. I know it
Trampled.
happened. Yeah, he got trampled. I mean, I think like some of those
I've never seen that. They, I went to Target last year and
Yeah.
they let people in slowly. There's not a crazy
Yeah.
rush. I've been to Best Buy before. It was very organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Best Buy. That was when the iPod Touch came out, and they had like a deal. It was like $129. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I got every season of Entourage for like $9 a piece.
That's not bad.
That was another good value. When the power goes out, or when the internet goes out and it's not going to be back for hours, they throw on Entourage.
Yeah, I mean, I always like. I think a lot of people used to like gauge Black Friday as like a, as basically a signal of like how the holiday shopping season is going to be. But I don't really think you can do it anymore, especially because a lot of the deals now are fully for the month, fully for the month of November and part of December.
Cyber Monday. It's become like a whole week.
Yeah, it's amazing how like the event has really like morphed into from one day to like everyone beating each other up with shoes and throwing each other off balconies. I'm just kidding, no one did that, but it's not funny. But it's coming to this one crazy day, and now it's just kind of spread out like a week. I mean, I remember but for Christmas, I mean, Kohl's used to be open 24/7, which was. It's one way to go. I mean, dude, I can't even imagine the people who are rolling in the Kohl's at like 2:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. I mean, that must be very. I'm sure their loss prevention officers making a lot of money. I can't hear you, Post. I couldn't hear what you just said.
My mother and my sister go out Black Friday shopping.
Oh, okay. You're having a little trouble with the audio.
Is it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, you're good now. You're all good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. You're good, man.
Yeah, they go out at like freaking 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, seriously?
Nah, no thanks. No thanks.
I knew someone who did that. My buddy went out for TV. Like,
they love it. They love it.
He did it once. He just
they get breakfast and coffee.
Well, it's a little extreme. Man. Let's hold on. Do they get the breakfast and do they get the after they shop? Do they get the breakfast and coffee or before?
Yeah, I think they do coffee before and then breakfast after, or at some point. I don't know. Like you can come. No, I'm good.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I actually when I worked Black Friday in the city, I used to see people on the MBTA with shopping bags at like 7 in the morning when I was catching my train. That was always interesting. Because someone's like, I've been shopping all morning. I'm like, dude, if you think I'm giving up my seat, you're out of your mind. Like you got a better chance of me, like, I don't know, rooting against BC. I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. I think turkeys of the year. I think if you're gonna might as well throw out some turkeys of the year here. Yeah, I think that I think the United States government regulators, they're probably the turkey of the year. The Bitcoin, Bitcoin,
Griffin.
Elon Musk, Ken Griffin. Yeah,
Oh, you want to talk Twitter? I had some stuff for Twitter.
Yeah,
I got in trouble
absolutely.
with my friends. My friends were not happy with me for asking questions. My friends are all big libs. I was just asking questions. So I'll show you 2 pictures of Twitter employees, and yeah, they're probably staged. But I mean, let's look at the difference before Elon Musk. Okay. Everybody's happy.
Mm.
And after Elon Musk, there's people working in the background of this one. A lot fewer women. These guys look like nerds.
Oh, they definitely are.
And that first one? Yeah. So just asking questions.
Looks a little photoshopped.
He laid off a lot of their workforce, and
Yeah.
I think the engineers stayed. He's hiring engineers from India, I read.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cutting costs.
Yeah, Elon. It's such a I'm gonna come in here and do what he did. Yeah, he's just
Gutted the
taking
place.
no. Yeah, I mean he's taking no prisoners. I mean, and to his what's it called? To his credit, I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, I mean he's restoring a lot of accounts, which is interesting.
These people were probably all fired, was what I was implying.
You think they were all fired?
I think this picture, most of these people were fired.
Yeah, probably.
What did all these people do that they got all laid off? I think they did nothing. They just had a cushy job at Twitter.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they didn't want to come to the office to work, because they didn't do anything. If I didn't do anything at work, I wouldn't want to go into the office either. It's a waste of my time. I'll work from home, pretend to work from home instead of pretending to work from the office. Every now and then I'll come to the office just to show my face for a meeting, get my wine spigot like it's freaking Belhurst Castle. They got free breakfast, lunch, dinner, foosball, play cornhole up on the roof after a long, stressful day. Doing nothing. Like, he slashed all these jobs. What did all these people do? And my friends say, well, they were probably in HR and helping the company run. The app's running the same, minus when Trump got reinstated. The app's running the same, in my opinion.
I mean, I think a lot of people want like Elon to, or the company to be run into the ground. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that the app's running the same. A lot of suspended accounts are actually back on it. I mean, he got so much free PR from when he put Trump back on, tremendous amount. I mean,
he said not only engagement hasn't been higher.
Yeah, I mean, not only did
more people are using Twitter. You hear about the few people that are leaving. People are coming to the site back.
Man. Yeah, I think there's a huge part of America that used to look at Twitter before, and people used to watch like the purging of people that they enjoyed or liked or whatever, who had a little bit of views that not everyone might have agreed with. But I think they looked at that and they were like, "Hey, I'm out." And I know Getter tried to, the Getter tried to do that.
I remember the Getter days. The only thing I remember about Getter, I never made an account, but Highblind Mike moved there.
I moved there in solidarity.
Before he got his new Twitter account, he moved over to Getter, and he said it sucks.
No, it did suck. It was awful. I mean, I got a I think I got a notification during the 420 show about Trump rally, and I forget where. And I was just like, guys, like,
try your hardest to remember.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been on the lookout. I want to go to one.
Yeah, I think the other thing too about Twitter is that if certain companies don't advertise, I forget which ones like said they're not gonna. I think Elon can eventually just get people, can get enough to backfill that ad revenue. I don't think he, I don't know his, like, I haven't followed it. Like, I followed it enough, but not. His view of Twitter is basically he wants like free flowing ideas. He's not going to stand for certain things, and
it could be the #1 news outlet.
Yeah, done correctly.
I mean,
absolutely.
Think about where you get your fantasy football, your NFL player injuries. That all comes from Twitter.
Yeah, and not only that, but like say that if you're at like, if you're not watching a football game, if you're somewhere, you can just type in like, for instance, Philadelphia Eagles, and you can get it basically like a good synopsis of like what is going on. Yes, you have to read through the weeds like of people being like, you know, Philly is a joke, like what the fuck, and you know,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, you hit the post, you do, but for
For my
like
lock of the
quick,
week.
yeah, like you know, the lock of the week. Oh, they're not the lock of the week. Like, you know, you don't know anything. Like, yeah, you have to like, you know, read through that noise, but there's been a lot of like, but there is a lot of like fantasy football news that you know gets broken. You know, I mean, you know, I think it was like I forget what year this happened, but like 5 minutes before the game, someone said, "Well, someone just came out in a cast, and he was starting in like 85% of the lineups." Well, hey, that's a problem. You know, I mean, can't catch the ball with a Ray Lewis bionic arm. You know, like, or, I mean, you could try it, but it's probably not going to work.
Gronk did
So
it.
yeah, well, he's Gronk. I also think too that Twitter, the more people like make it out to be like the more people who are not happy with the way that it's going, like speak up. You're just going to galvanize the people who are like, "Hey, I like this freedom of speech." Like, you know, you may not agree with a lot of what these people say, but that's America. You know.
Yep. Also, he said that they were losing $1 million a day. The company.
Yeah.
Elon said that with the breakfast that they were offering and nobody was there to eat, you know.
Yeah.
I'm on his side. I think the company was bloated. Jack even apologized and said that he hired too fast.
Yeah. I actually know of financial firms that will subsidize your breakfast, but
Nice.
this is pre-COVID. Yeah, I actually work for one. There was I was a contractor, and yeah, the company subsidized. I think it was like 60% or something, or 60 or 70%, because they were just like, "We want you guys ready to go." Because
go ahead.
Yeah, no, because the first day my boss was like, "Hey, look, breakfast is subsidized. Get with the, you know, go eat, then you can work."
Nice.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Every now and then, the owner of our company will bring in a breakfast wrap or something for everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's good. It's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing though. Like I would love to know like how much Dunkin' Donuts has taken a hit from all the people not being in the office anymore. I mean, the hit must be like substantial, because like you can only buy so many. I mean, the people coming in can only buy so many freaking breakfast sandwiches and all that stuff. I mean, like eventually you need people, because the Dunkin' Donuts by us only has like they used to have like 6-7 people in at Southie, and now they only have like 4. No, it's 3. They have one person working the register, one person making coffee, and one person on the breakfast sandwich machine, whatever that is. The
Panini press.
No, it's like a convectionary oven or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like, don't yell at those people. Like, someone came in the other day, like, they were like, "Where's my breakfast sandwich?" I mean, that's a good way to get like spit in your food and it thrown up against your face. I mean,
I worked for Wegmans for 6 years. I would never, ever spit in someone's food. I never did.
Never did?
Never did. Never fuck with somebody's food.
Yeah.
If anything, give them, you know, the not as attractive scoop, or, you know, here's one, the guerrilla warfare that I would do. If a hot girl came in through the sub shop with her boyfriend, I put extra onions on his sandwich. You know, just little things.
It's little things in life.
I'm no Blind Mike Sneakers with the determination, but I fuck with people that way.
Yeah. I always think the worst day to work in grocery retail is day before Thanksgiving. Everyone is just a mess.
I used to work every holiday, so I would work Christmas Eve and the day before Thanksgiving, because they gave an extra $1. Christmas Eve was the best day to work, really, because Wegmans is closed on Christmas Day. So any food that is going to expire on Christmas Day, they need to get rid of it. We're not going to sell. We're not going to be able to sell it. So they just, you know, put it on just racks, and it's like, everybody, you're not allowed to go home unless you take a loaf of bread, a little tiny cake. You know, I got to have, you know, the $6 meals or whatever. I think there's 7 now, but all kinds of stuff. that I would never normally buy.
Yeah. We were I used to work in a grocery store. It used to be called Victory Supermarkets. It's now what's it called? The Big Y. And they used to, I mean, they were good to us. But I mean, the day before Thanksgiving was absolutely hysterical because one year, I mean, we just got trampled, and they called it was insane. Like people were just buying like stuffing bags. So they had this new bagger, and you know how like the bags like kind of like they inflate. Well, this kid dropped like a freaking watermelon on one of those bags, and it was like fully inflated, and it just exploded everywhere. And my buddy looks at me and he's like, kid just goes, dude, did you just see that? I'm like, yeah. And the lady was like, that's really unfortunate. That looked like a good stuffing bag. And I was just like, what the flip are you talking about? But people, like, it's funny because you really see like people's true, like, colors. Like I was at the bakery this morning, and some guy, and that's the other thing too, is like always be nice to like the deli guys in the bakery, like whatever. And this guy goes, I've been waiting. I'm number like 69, and I've been waiting like 10 minutes to like check out. And I'm just looking at him like, it's a good way to, just I don't think the next 10 minutes there, unless you're, Carl Icahn or Ryan Cohen, really are going to matter to your life that much.
If it's taken so long, here's a pro tip: run over to the produce section and grab a couple things and come back.
Yeah,
I know. Don't just stand there.
I hate
if you know it's going to be a bit of a wait.
Yeah.
Go utilize your time.
No, I know. They're waiting to cash out too because it was a bakery, but it wasn't a full like supermarket. But I mean, Provetti's had like if you ordered ahead, they just had a guy like a concierge service. You could just give them like your order number and it would just come right out.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice actually. I watched someone walk out with like freaking 2 roasts and a huge bag of steak tips, and some guy was like, "How many people you having?" He was like, "A lot." He's just like, I got a lot of people coming. He's like, I'm feeding an army. Like, please hold the door. Like, see you later. Oh.
My boss has 2 turkeys, 2 11-pound turkeys.
211. Yeah, I think we have like a 11-pounder. It's just the wife I have, Victoria, and my parents, so be good. We used to go out to Sturbridge, but before COVID, but obviously with various points of view on that, they had it out in October, but with a 1-year-old baby, we're not driving an hour and a half out there. It's just not gonna work.
And back to the deli.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable the people that would come in on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and Saturday, Sunday, and they'd just be buying like 2 pounds of turkey from the deli, and it's like, aren't you turkeyed out? You don't want to have a ham this week, maybe some roast beef. No, back to the turkey. Chicken, no.
I don't know.
We'd have people on Thanksgiving Day getting rotisserie chickens. I was stunned.
I always get surprised. How some people like celebrate like I think everyone celebrates like Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. Like Christmas is everything Christmas, but Easter's kind of one of those like you can go either way, like Saturday, Sunday, whatever. So my cousin, I can say his name. My cousin Kevin, he was like him and his family is a cousin of mine, and he was actually going to celebrate Easter on Saturday with his family. So he calls me up and he's like, "Hey, you want to play golf like Sunday before you have to go to your Easter family thing?" Yep. I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, great call. So he's like, yeah, he's like, you sick of ham? And I'm like, Kev, I'm not gonna like actually have ham. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be at my house Saturday night. Like I'll wake up for breakfast. Like it doesn't really bother me. Like whatever, dude. He's like, oh no, I was just checking. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, why? He's like, well, he's like, I don't know. I was just wondering. So I'm like, okay. So the next day, Kevin beat me to it was a Strawberry Valley in Abington, and I see all this tinfoil, like a couple plates in the back, and there's tinfoil up. He's like, "Oh, I just got leftovers. I got ham. I got scalloped potatoes. I got sweet potato casserole." I'm like, so they're like having a feast on the second hole, and this guy just looks at us like, "Are you guys moving it along?" And I'm like, "Dude, like you're not even on the green. Like it's freaking Easter Sunday.
Buzz off."
like I'm not like playing at a grueling pace. Like I'm just gonna enjoy myself.
Yeah, trying to stay away from the family for a couple hours here, buddy.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was because I got an offer from my so my sister was and my parents were going to meet like her her husband now, but future husband at the time, like the in-laws out in Natick. And I just looked at my parents dead in the eyes. Was like, I'm playing golf. See you up at Stoneham. I was like, not dealing with this nonsense. Especially that year. That's a story for another time. Nah, man. I do hope the market goes up. I mean, I know we talk negative and we get people say we go a little negative on the thing. I mean, but I hope
there's a lot of reason to be bearish.
There's a lot of reason. No, there definitely is.
Like I said, you play that. I play the stock game on MSN in Microsoft Edge. Play it every morning, and lately, the last few months, like the goal is to find the stock. You pick between two stocks. Which would you invest $1,000 in? You know, it's not real money. It's just a game, and it keeps track of your balance. And lately, the last few months, the name of the game is pick the stock that lost the least, not pick the big winner. Marathon Oil is always that's always the play. Every time you see Marathon Oil, pick it because, you know, several hundred up, it'll save you from the rest of the 4 picks. Because sometimes you're choosing between a $300 loss and a $230 loss. You just got to pick which one, because everything's down, dude.
Yeah, no, everything is down. Everything's taking a beating right now.
They give you some hard choices too. It's like Adobe or Alphabet, and it's like, but both of them lost. Like, what?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what do you want me to do? You know. Breaking news here at Stock Talk Live. Elizabeth Warren, called for an investigation in high grocery prices, and credit zero hedge for that. You know, it's good times. Thanks, Elizabeth. You know,
grocery prices are kind of crazy.
I just go to Market Basket. I'm sure you just go to Wegmans and it's just all good. Yeah.
I have been shopping at Tops a lot recently just because it's more convenient. There's one right down the street from work. There's one right down pretty close to where I live near SU. Yeah. Wegmans is much more out of my way.
Yeah.
But I'm a Wegmans guy through and through. Just not convenient all the time.
No. Neither is Market Basket.
I got my Tops bonus card, so I get $1 off every rotisserie chicken.
It's pretty good.
$5.99 for a rotisserie chicken is damn good.
I know, man. I went to the wife and I had off today. We went to a Vitamin C today. It's a brewery, a little plug here for the local guy. And they had that food truck Bone and Bread. It was actually, it's a good take if you're locally in the area. Watch the first half of World Cup for Canada. They had that penalty kicking, man. They could have had themselves a day, and then Belgium scored, and that was that. Sorry, Killer NBA. What are you gonna do? But,
yeah, just a normal day for them tomorrow.
I can't even imagine. Yeah, it's interesting. I think we've kind of reached that time.
Yeah, a lot of grocery talk today.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? It's Thanksgiving.
I know.
But, just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and keep shopping and keep buying stocks. And there's only one thing left to do.
Pump it up.
Pump it up.
See you next week. Thursday next week.
Thursday? All right.
Oh, wait. No.
Wednesday.
This is Stock Talk Live. We're always on Wednesday. We didn't move this one.
Oh.
Back next week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Pump it up. See
hopefully we'll be with the program next Wednesday.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Pump it up.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know?